take thy beak from off my heart, and take thy farm from off my door, quoth the raven.
Nevermore.
Like, this way is just too smooth, too clean. I was gonna do a whole lot of window dressing and talk about YATA extensively and do all the video editing stuff and I don't need to do all that. YATA Guru, so we need to get down to the nitty gritty. This card is a fiend, which throws a lot of people off because obviously, if you guys saw my Floowandereeze deck profile, I'll just go over it real quickly. Again, this is what it basically is on paper, but now it's basically what in the world can you do to add it to specific decks inside of the meta, right? Okay, so essentially, guys, and this is just my opinion, don't take it to the bank unless you actually want to make some money off of it. But anyways, Ku is the card that first came to mind. I brought this card up a very long time ago because of a card called Drolan Lockbird, and obviously, if you have forgotten, Drolan Lockbird can also be searched off of this because Ku searches level 4 or lower wind monsters. A level 4 or lower wind monster. Also, it's a wing beast, which is very, very interesting because of a specific deck that I play all of the time that I may have just showed you, and that was Floowandereeze. Because you can add it to this deck, and then basically Robina can then set card Ku, and then suddenly that card can search YATA. So at the end of the day, birds are chirping. Interesting, guys. Anyways, and guys, I'm moving on. This is another card that I wanted to talk about, and feel free to go pick these cards up. I don't know if you care that much about YATA, but if you like one of the people like me that was sitting there like, man, what cards can we really come up with? This is what I came up with inside the day. I obviously got to do some more testing, and then the Ku one I've known about for a little bit. But this card, Shinobird and Peacock is really, really interesting just because it can actually special summon out, ignoring summoning conditions, a level 4 or lower spirit monster from your hand. And it ignores summoning conditions, and it's 3,000 to come out onto the field before it does anything else like leave its tokens to then chump block your opponent and do other stuff. Now, obviously, that's not going to be able to mix into Drytron too well. Sucks. Kind of is what it is. But there may be something to consider as far as annotations and some of the other stuff. So I know you're probably looking at the screen like, what in the world all this stuff has to do with each other, but trust me, we're getting there. Small World is obviously another card I wanted to talk about. Small World, and the connector I feel is obviously Skullmeister, just because it shares one connector. One connector is here, and that is that it's a fiend. So anyways, guys, essentially there's plenty of ways to get to YATA. I just wanted to kind of point that out to start off with. Obviously with Sangin and stuff like that, you can use it in the same turn, so that's a little bit of the slower way. And then obviously with cards like Scourge, Norealis, you guys have all seen that Phantom of Chaos stuff. Phantom of Chaos can't actually interact with YATA too well just because it doesn't inflict battle damage, and you need to inflict battle damage with YATA, so that won't work. But a card like Sky Scourge, to be able to clear your opponent's board out by playing it inside of a deck like, I don't know, BA mixed with a little bit of Fluffles may be something interesting, because then suddenly you can clear the way, because this is a fiend as well, which is Sangin, getting it off of a tour guide. They could also get you to a YATA. So what I mean is basically that there is just many ways to get to YATA, and that's basically all I wanted to point out. I don't go into the combos, but if you do need to understand the combo, Robina. Normal summon Robina. So let's use our minds here. Robina, search Ku. If this card on the field is tributed and sent to the graveyard, interesting, it searches YATA. And that's our video for the day, guys. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm out. Pegasus signing out. Arrivederci.